Alright, so day 4 of traversing all of Hadrian's Wall. Today's very exciting, doing the bits that I know quite well, so we're going to be passing past Housesteads, the Sycamore Gap, pay respects to that tree, and making our way over to Chester's. So let's show him what remains.
The start of the walk continued through the beautiful landscape of the Whin Sill, with the dramatic crags and surrounding countryside making for a spectacular beginning to the day. We soon passed the remains of Mile Castle 39 before reaching the famous Sycamore Gap. With the tree now gone, I showed Hadrian the empty gap, and we took a moment to pay our respects to the tree that once stood here. From Sycamore Gap, we followed the Whin Sill above Crag Lough, with the dramatic cliffs and sweeping views making it one of the most breathtaking sections of the entire wall before reaching the remains of Mile Castle 37, which I actually remember going to as a child with my family, so it was rather special to return all these years later. We eventually reached Housesteads, where I showed Hadrian the East Gate, but sadly we couldn't linger for too long, as we still had a lot of walk still ahead of us. But luckily I visited the fort several times before, so I know just how magnificent it is. Passing the Nagburn Gateway, a rare 4th century gateway built directly into the wall, we shortly had to fight our way through a herd of cows on the path before climbing towards Sewingshields Crags, the second highest spot on the wall at 325 metres, so naturally I showed Hadrian the incredible view. As we reached the eastern end of the Whin Sill, the dramatic crags gradually gave way to gentler terrain. It was rather sad to leave this incredible landscape behind as we began our descent. Passing through Sewingshields Wood and past Turret 34A, we continued across open countryside, where the wall became less visible in places before we eventually reached Carrawburgh. Arriving at Carrawburgh, we stopped to explore the remains of the Temple of Mithras, one of the most fascinating sites on Hadrian's Wall, which coincidentally was the inspiration behind my recent video on the subject. From Carrawburgh, it wasn't long before we passed Black Carts, a section that's particularly special to myself and Natascha, as it's a piece of wall that we explored a couple of years ago when we were trying to find a random piece of wall on our way back from Scotland. After emerging onto the main road, it was a simple case of walking down the hill towards Chester's,
And finishing the day with a well-deserved G&T.